Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. We're doing the weekly readings for Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn for the week of May 13th to the 20th. Alright, so we're going to get right into it with the Romance Angel Oracle deck and pull out 3 cards for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, our beautiful Earth signs. Today, reading for the week. Alright. I've already been shuffling for quite some time, thinking about you earth elements, thinking about each sign in turn. I myself, I'm a Taurus rising, so I understand the earth signs. I feel very much like a Taurus a lot of the times, even though I am a Sagittarius myself. But love the earth signs. Very tenacious individuals, hardworking. All of the signs are hardworking. All 3, you know, earth signs, very diligent. But they have their distinguishing differences. Today we're going to be reading for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. All right, here we go. Let's see what's going on for y'all. Ooh, religious factors for you, Taurus. We've got healing family issues for you, Virgo. And deception. Wow, for Capricorn. What a week, man. You deserve love. Well, I guess you do with those 3 cards. Shit. Religious factors, healing family issues, and deception. So religious factors for you guys, Taurus. Your love life is influenced by a religious upbringing and spiritual path. So it could be that some of you are dealing with that. Exactly, right? You come from a different, maybe you guys are in love with someone from a different culture, right? And it's, you know, there's stress in the family. We're going to see with the reading. We're going to get into it with the Radiant Rider-Waite deck. But, yeah, so it could be something like that. Could be that you are, a lot of times this card will come up. Interestingly enough, this card will come up a lot of times in readings where people are in love with someone they never expected to be in love with, someone from a different culture or a different religious background, and it's really challenging for them. But yet they're in love with them, right? Virgo, healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So there's some healing going on, right, this week. Perhaps some of you are going to be going home to see family, right? Springtime, there's always a lot of movement, right? Children, grandchildren come home from school for the summer. Excuse me, I have to take a sip of coffee. So you see your grandkids and your children, right? Some of you are going home to see your parents. So there's a lot of movement. There's always a lot of family stuff going on around springtime for that, you know? Springtime is a time of new beginnings, so you always go home or you leave home, right? You're going home or leaving home at some point if you have family that you're close with. Sometimes even if you're not close with them. So it's interesting that that will come up for you, Virgo. Virgo being one of the signs that is always about trying to find something good and heal the family. Definitely. Virgos are all about healing the family anyway. Deception for you, Capricorns. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. What's going on with you, Capricorns? This week, something's going to come up with you guys. You're going to figure out that somebody's been lying, right? All right. And that's definitely someone you're dealing with, right? It's not you, right? The card says someone is wearing in this relationship. Could be you, but when I pull for that, it's always the other person, seems to me, coming through. Because the Romance Angel deck is kind of like, it's a reaffirmation and a warning, right? As well. So it's warning. You know, watch out. So let's see what the deck says. The regular Radiant Rider-Waite. We're going to pull 3 cards and see for the week. May 13th to the 20th. For Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Alright. Let's see what's going on with y'all. What's going on? going on this week for our lovely earth signs? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. That's gonna go there. They have to come through. Alright, so Queen of Swords out the gate for you guys, Taurus. Chariot for you guys, Virgo. Ooh, and some wands, wow. And Capricorn, we got, ooh, 7 of Cups, interesting. Interesting. All right. King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Somebody's, for the overall reading for the week for earth signs. So there's love involved, right? Relationship issues involved. These are, the weekly readings are general readings, so sometimes it's not always about love for the signs, right? But King of Cups being at the bottom of the deck is like an overall energy for all three, right? For all three of you. And at the bottom of the deck, from the romance, the romance angel oracle deck, you deserve love, right? So the king wants to give love, right? Because he believes, because in fact he does believe you deserve it. He wants it from you, but he's, you know, he's cautious. He's cautious. He can be cautious. He's reserved, right? But his love it does come with the commitment, with the loyalty. All right, so let's see. Taurus, Queen of Swords, religious factors. That's interesting. And you've got 2 kings side by side. Wow, look at that. King of Pentacles and the Emperor. So Aries, a card for Aries. So, and the sword and the Queen of Swords at the root. So that's really interesting since you got religious factors. Queen of Swords, when you come to the Queen of Swords, right? You have to excuse my cat. She's like freaking out in the background. Hang on a second. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, folks. I had to deal with my cat. She was flipping out. Sometimes she flips out during these readings. Excuse me. So, Queen of Swords, excuse me, talks about honest communication, right? Talks about you can't come to the queen with bullshit, right? The Queen of Swords, you see her sword is up. She's ready to entertain you. She's ready to talk. She's ready to converse with you, but she wants nothing but real communication, clarity, honesty, forthrightness, integrity when you speak to her, right? You can't come to her with any deceptive means, right? So, interestingly enough, sometimes she can decide things as well, decide between 2 issues. And here you have 2 men. 2 men in your life, right? There's 2 men in your life here. And could be male or female as well, but I'm saying 2 masculine energies in your life, and it's like, it seems like you're having to choose between 2. Or, you know, you have a King of Pentacles, we have the Emperor. I see the Emperor as your father, right? Or a male figure in your family. And a King of Pentacles is your lover, right? It represents your lover. He's the one who's representing stability. He's the husband, right? He's on the throne, right? You know, he's in a garden. He represents reproductivity, having children, you know, nurturing, enduring, you know, having a success that endures. You know, the king is everything. He has the wife and the children, right? So he's responsible. He's the industrial man. He's the he's the self-made man. He's the inventor. He's the one who came from being a laborer to now he owns several companies as well, right? He's well-versed. You know, he's a mature, strong, committed person, and he's a worker, and you're in love, and, you know, and this is the general energy of your partner, I believe, and yet you have this other energy, right, which is quite similar, right? The Aries energy, but the ultimate, the divine masculine, the Emperor card, which is from the major arcana representing your, I believe, the masculine father figure in your life, right? And with religious factors coming up, it could be that there may be a, maybe you're having issues with that this week, right? Maybe you're having to come between the two. Maybe your father's not approving, or this this father figure in your life is not approving for some reason. There may be some discord, right? I mean, the message to me is really very clear, but yet the thing is that they're both very similar people, and it seems to me that Taurus, it'll be up to you, right, to get them to realize that they're really two peas in a pod. You've chosen this man or this masculine energy for your mate because he reminds you so much of this energy. They're very similar cards, very similar indeed, right? So, this, although Emperor is the card of Aries, which is a fire sign, right? The King of Pentacles is the fiery aspect of Earth, right? So there is fire within the King of Pentacles inherently within that card in terms of energy, right? So he's obviously not exactly the same, but he's enough of the same. He imbues the same passions, integrity, the same ideals, right? As this person, and so you care for him, yet they don't see that as each other, right? It's typical. It's like one of those stories, it's like a movie, really. You might be feeling like you're living in a movie this week, Taurus, honestly. And the thing for you to do is just to get them to see that their love for you and the fact that they both have integrity. These are both men of integrity. There's no reason for them to fight. And there's no reason for there to be any issues, right? So the religious factors could be a difference in religion. You may be coming from two different religious backgrounds, and you're going to have to ask them to just, practice the middle path, as they say, the Buddhism, you call it the middle path, temperance, compromise, understanding that nobody knows the true path exactly, and that the only true path that they both agree upon is that they both love you. And so on that path, they can be united, right? So you have healing family issues for Virgo. The Chariot is coming in. A lot of movement. Somebody's coming in. Right? Are you leaving? Maybe you're visiting somebody. You're going home for a break. Maybe finishing school up. Coming. You may have finished school a little bit early, right? And you're going home. Or family's coming to see you, right? But there's some worry, right? And because there's discord. You may have some arguments this week, right? You've been looking forward to the future. Right? You've been ready, I think, Virgo, to go on your mission, right? You've established yourself. You're looking at the other, right? There you see the character. He's looking at the other shore, right? He's looking across the river at the other shore. So he's looking at the next stage of his vision, his quest in life, where he wants to go with his career, perhaps, his passions, right? And he's ready to go. He's setting his sights and he's ready to go. And so you feel very good right now. You feel very progressive and forward thinking. Yet there's all this strife here. I feel like maybe you're dealing with family issues. Like maybe one of these families that you feel like is really living in like an archaic kind of mentality. And you just feel like, oh my God, I wish they would just grow up. You know what I mean? Like maybe a family that's just like very old school in a way, or they're older, right? They're from an older generation, and they're squabbling and they're fighting over things that you no longer think are worth fighting over. It's not even something that, you just feel like, you're just ready to like not be bothered with it, right, Virgo? And this week, though, you have to, right? Perhaps you have to because you're going home. Maybe you're visiting the family. It's all about healing. So the thing is with these readings, is like the way I read my cards, it's like when I get the message in, I guess I call myself a motivational reader, because when I get the message in, my purpose in reading it for you is also to advise you on how to get through the situation the best way. So regardless of the fact that you may want to just turn your back on this situation and go forward, you have to deal with this. This is here for a reason. So somewhere along the line, you're going to have to deal with it in some fashion. Perhaps have the conversation, talk, understand, be there, right? And try to maybe heal some of this, right? Perhaps you're the only one in the position to do it, because you're so forward thinking, right, Virgo? You're so forward thinking. You're so past all of this, but sometimes when you're past things, especially with your family, you just feel like, oh, they're always going to be the same. Why should I bother? You know, well, sometimes when you feel that way, you give up, right? And so you stop talking, stop communicating, and you know, families, people, everybody's different. You may be missing something. You may be missing out on something. You know, those situations happen, and then years later you realize, oh shit, you know, you talk to some family members and they have this incredible life or this incredible story, and you say to yourself, well, why didn't I notice? And they say, well, you never spoke to me. You know, you just assumed I was this way or that way. So don't make a, you know what I mean? Don't always throw, what they say, throw the baby out with the bathwater. Don't assume that people always stay the same. You know, they can change over time, and they can change because of your influence. They can be better people for knowing you. So if you take yourself away from them, then perhaps you take away the only opportunity they have to change. You know, you can create change in a person knowing you, right? Knowing a person can help you change yourself as a person. Watching them, you know, that's what a mentor does, or a friend. Or you just, you know, you see things in other people that you want to emulate because you want to be more like that energy. It's not like trying to be like that person, but you want more of that energy, and you feel like it will make you a better person, right? That's why we have teachers as well, you know, and that's why we have friends. We learn from our friends. So sometimes taking yourself away from your family can be a disservice to them, because you take away an opportunity for them to learn from you or to change because of knowing you. And in turn, you change because of knowing them. You become softer and more empathetic. So that's something to consider. All right. So Capricorn, deception. What? Excuse me, I had to take a sip of coffee. Deception. All right. So you've got Seven of Cups at the center. Seven of Cups is an interesting card. A lot of people say it's choices, but is it really? To me, sometimes I read this, they're choices. They're also pies in the sky, right? The cups are in the clouds. Are they real choices? Are they fantasies? You know, that's what we used to call pie in the sky, right? Pie in the sky, you know, when you had an idea of something that you wanted, that was, you know, a dream, a fantasy. So it can be that somebody is feeding you a fantasy, Capricorn, and you've got to watch out, right? It could be. It could be you're feeding yourself a fantasy, right? It could be that, you know, that you're not being honest with yourself. This card is a card of choices as well, too. It is a card of choices. It's letting you know that you have different choices at love. You have different, you know, but it's up to you. What do you want out of love, right? What kind of cup of love do you want? It's an admonishment to look within yourself as well, you know, because how can you know what you want until you look within, right? I mean, what do you truly want? You know, sometimes we know what we want, and we get it and we realize we're not happy. And the reason why is because we weren't, you know, we thought we knew what we wanted, you know, or we thought we knew what that was, what that type of love was, right? We don't know everything. We learn, right? So we learn, we make mistakes, we learn. So that's the thing, you know. Do you know what you want truly in your heart of hearts? And also, is some, you know, are you being fed? This card is also a warning. Are you being fed a lie, a story, a fantasy? A fantasy, someone's telling you what you should want, right? Social media has been full of all kinds of scandals with that crap lately. Capricorn, you've got a page of discs here. Somebody's coming in with a message, right? And you're going to have a little bit of a victory. You got Six of Wands, right? So it could be that somebody's coming in to let you know something's going on, give you a tangible message, perhaps some tangible proof of something, right? And I think you're going to feel vindicated, Capricorn, because you're going to, you know, you're going to make a decision, or you're going to wake up in any case, right? It could be that you've been struggling lately. Perhaps you've been struggling as a result of some deception, right? In love, right? It's been making you very confused. You're not sure what the relationship is, you know. Maybe you've been having difficulty in relationships. I'm getting a message like that as well coming through. I feel that too. Could be that some of you have been having some strife in your relationships because it's been deceptive. Your partner's been deceptive, right? You just haven't been sure of what the relationship is. You're kind of trying to figure it out. Like, well, what the fuck is this? You know, I don't understand it now anymore. He keeps changing. You keep changing, right? You know, Seven of Cups is a very interesting card. You know, it's got a lot of meanings to it, and its reading a lot as obviously the imagery, but just the meaning. Seven itself being a very magical number, a number of alchemy, right? So it talks about magic. You know, it talks about putting elements together we don't understand and trying to figure out how they fit, right? So there is a sense of magic to it, a sense of illusion, a sense of not really knowing what's real, right? So that can come in relationships when people aren't being honest, and you start to realize, well, is this relationship real? Are you real? Are your feelings real, right? Why do I feel so bad? You know, you always feel bad when things are deceptive, right? So it can't be a harmonious relationship. There can't be harmony where there's a low vibration or where there's disharmony. Deception is disharmony. Deception is chaos, right? It's a road to chaos. So it's disharmony. So you can't feel good about it. Somewhere along the line, your intuition is going to let you know something's wrong. I'm unhappy. But this week, perhaps you'll have a message, I feel like, coming in. A tangible message, perhaps. You'll have something you read, something you see, something that is going to help you come out of this kind of cloud state, this dream state, right? This fucked up, confused, you know, screwed over state. I feel like you're going to wake up, you're going to have a sense of victory, right? Six of Wands talks about a victory. So let's get some clarity. I don't want this to be too long of a reading because these are just weeklies. But I think I'm going to clarify with the Thelema deck, because this is it's all about love this week again, right? 2 with relationships, I believe. And family, which is always about love. Families are always about love and healing. And when I say love, you know, there's all kind. You know, hate is a harmony of love. It's just a disharmony. You know, it's just a love that is out of sync or that's confused. It's a love that's, you know, in some way not harmonious, right? Been knocked out of its natural quantum state into a state that it's not familiar with, and so it acts out. That's how I see it anyway. I mean, you know, it's just my opinion. You know what they say about opinions. All right, folks. Let's get some clarity from the Thelema deck here. This is my romance deck I go to when it's all about the heart. We have some. Queen of Pentacles. I see it. Ace of Cups. You're the Queen of Pentacles right here. You want this man. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. You absolutely want this man. There's love here. Look, and your father, look, he's looking over. You have to have this conversation. We'll get into it. The Hermit. Interesting, Virgo. The Hermit is your card. That's you coming through. 8 of Cups. 9 of Wands. And Ace of Pentacles. All right, Capricorn. See, Ace of Pentacles. 9 of Wands, 6 of Wands, 9 of Wands. You're looking back, trying to see. It's gonna bear. Is it? What's gonna happen to it? What's happening here? Right? Was it worth it? You know, should I keep going? Right? What's it gonna bring me? At the bottom, 5 of Pentacles. So. 5 of Pentacles, yeah, there's a little bit of disharmony this week, right? Everybody's dealing with it, with like it's funny, it's like 5 of Pentacles talks about being dejected, right? Feeling low, like abandoned, right? In a way. Feeling abandoned, right? See, if you look at this character, she's in need, but no one's there. You know, can anyone see? Does anyone care? You know, just feeling abandoned. I think that's the sense of it, right? 5 of Discs is the card for that, right? Feeling cruel, you know, just feeling dejected, desolate. But that's not necessarily how you're feeling, but it could be at the base of some of these negative feelings. So, for instance, it could be that here in this situation, Taurus, You know, with these two characters, these two sort of masculine energies in your life, one feels like you're going to forget all about them if you move on with this character, right? If you move on with this energy, if you move on with this person, this is definitely, I feel like, a family issue, right? But, you know, the confirmation, you know, the clarity card comes up. You come up right there, Queen of Pentacles, you come up. This is meant to be. The Queen of Pentacles is meant to be with the King. This is the marriage. This is the love. It is meant to be. You have to bring this other character in. Whoever this other masculine energy in your life is, who has a force in your life, right? Who you look up to, you have to have that heart-to-heart conversation with him and employ that Queen of Swords energy, right? That logic, that reasoning, along with the love. Queen of Swords, right? Queen is, the Queen represents water energy. And swords represents air. I mean, yes, air, but mental, right? So talking, communication. So you have the watery aspect of air, the watery aspect of communication, right? So she's putting her heart into it, her feelings into it. She's being honest about her feelings. Be honest with this person about your feelings, you know, and have empathy for them. The Queen has empathy for others as well. Though she has the sword, she won't tolerate lies or deception, but she does show empathy because, as I say, the Queen is water energy, right? So in her communication, in her dialogue with people, she shows them that she understands and therefore allows them to unburden themselves truly with integrity, with honesty, and feeling like, you know, this is a safe place, right? So this is perhaps a conversation you need to have this week with whomever is in your life, because this is an Ace of Cups relationship. You are deeply in love, and you love both of these people very much. Just remind them how much you love them both and how much they love you, right? And get them to understand that, you know, they can't be that far apart if they both love you. Virgo, interestingly enough, your card came up, Hermit, right? So like I said, you want to, you know, pulling yourself away from the family, pulling yourself away from the relationships that you know perhaps you have a responsibility to deal with, it may not be enough. I know you want to, perhaps you want to, but with this Chariot being at the core, you're definitely moving away or towards. I feel like you're coming home, you know. It could be that you're already at home and you're leaving because you can't take it anymore, right? You could either, there's two scenarios for you, Virgo. It could be coming home to visit family and coming into that strife, right? Coming back to visit into that strife and wanting to leave right away. Or you could already be in that strife and you just, you know, you're done. You want to leave. You're done. You're leaving. You're ready to be off on your own. Eight of Cups is talking about seeking more enlightened relationships, better relationships. You're done with you're done with this, right? You're moving on. By the light of the full moon, right? So you have, by the light of your full inner senses, right? The full moon heightening your third eye, your sixth sense, opening those chakras, allowing you to have a deeper connection with your intuition, right? Your spiritual side leading you, right? There's a sense you get when your spiritual side leaves you, when you're in connection with whom you really, really are, right? Without the ego, that's a very different feeling. And so that's what you're doing. You're ready to move on, right? However, I only say that, you know, don't take yourself completely away from your family or those you love, even though they may be getting to you, because overall, at the very top, we have healing family issues. And so the Oracle angels want you to know, you know, the romance angels are letting you know that you still, you know, that your life benefits from healing this. Your love life benefits, right? Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So make sure that when you go away, if you do leave, make sure that you're leaving with a sense of healing, right? At least making sure you're healing and have tried your best to heal whatever strife there is here in the family, if you intend on leaving, right? Some of you may be coming home into this family situation and being asked to impart, Because the Hermit is also the card of the Sage. He's also the card of the Sage and the Teacher. So the Hermit doesn't always just go away. He also shines a light, right? That's why he has, the light is for himself, but it's also a light for others to follow the light, right? To follow his sage advice. So, you know, there's a duality here in terms of wanting to leave and leave the situation, and also leaving it in the proper way and helping it also to heal by not taking your attention completely away. Being there for those people yet still, so they can count on you, perhaps to call you, get in touch with you, right? Because the Chariot definitely talks about traveling and a change. All right, Capricorn. All right, we're going to do, I'm sorry, the video is getting long. It's such a good reading this week. Capricorn, deception again, 9 of Wands. You're just not sure. You're realizing I've put so much into it. Is it worth going on? You're waiting. You're taking a break to see what's going to grow. You're looking at what's growing. That's exactly, you know, that's literally what the card shows you, the imagery. He stopped, right? He's put all his swords down, his wands down, excuse me, because 9 of Wands. He's put all his wands down for a minute. He's looking to see what's growing from all of this that he's done, all of this passion that he's put in, all of this hard work that he's put in, what's growing from it, right? All of the sacrifices he's had to make, right? And so far he sees, you know, what is he doesn't see a whole hell of a lot, but he's waiting. So this 9 of Wands talks about taking a break on the journey as well, taking a respite, reevaluating, right? Taking some time to reevaluate. You know, it's been a tough journey. The 9 of Wands comes after a long, hard journey, and sometimes you need to reevaluate. And definitely, if you're in a deceptive situation, you need to reevaluate. But Ace of Pentacles is coming. Like I said, there's a message coming through, and you're going to have a victory, right? Ace of Pentacles is definitely an offer of real, substantial abundance and increase in your livelihood, your material world, you know, what you can manifest on a material level, your ability to make your visions come true here in this real world. You know, you need money, you need influence, you need abundance, right? And so Ace of Wands talks all about that, right? You'll have that. You'll be able to do what you want to do, take care of your family. It's a real opportunity. It could be a change in career. It could be anything like that, right? And so a new opportunity, a new partnership, right? Something that will bring you material abundance, right? And it's going to help you because Capricorns, you love that. Love and money. Love of money. You know, Capricorns, there's nothing that makes you feel better when you're down or when you're in a fucked up relationship is than making money or having a new opportunity come in your life where you feel like you can be successful and make money. And that's certainly coming in. And that's going to raise your spirits like nothing else, because that's what you Capricorns are so all about. And I love you guys for it. So this is the weekly reading for Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, for the week of May 13th to the 20th. I'm going to wrap it up. If you enjoyed this, if this resonated with you, please subscribe and give me the thumbs up. You really help my channel to grow. I really appreciate all of you who've reached out to me so far. I'm working actually on my website, so it'll be easier for you guys to get the private reading scheduled. And for now, you can still keep emailing me at bowandarrowtarot@gmail.com. I love you all so much. If you have any comments or questions, please sound off below. I reply to all the comments. And for now, I'm just going to say thank you so much. I love you all. Bow and Arrow Tarot. Bye-bye.